Alright, so to make a hair system out of this, I need to use similar techniques that we did for the head. We need to select a bunch of faces that are going to be used to grow out our hair. Now if you see there, maybe we can also isolate these guys again, and then that's gonna give me better guidance of what faces should I select. Maybe just these guys, not these guys at all. Maybe just everything inside of the circle. Okay, hopefully that will work. And I'm gonna go for XGen. Let me pull back my XGen interactive grooming. Go to create interactive grooming splines one more time. Let me use the same setting, maybe just call this hair bump, and then create. Now they're growing out this way. I want them to be actually follow the curves. To do so, I'm gonna go select their hair bump and then add a guide and grab the guide, but this time I'm not gonna create, I'm gonna use selected curves. The problem is when I go select the curves, I don't have that button anymore, right? So I'm gonna actually go back to the guide and copy the tab. So that's gonna give me this one that is fixed. I'm gonna select all my curves, hit up button to grab that group of the curve, right? I grouped them earlier, and then I'm gonna use those as the guide. So you just select the curve as guides. I'm gonna use the not preserve dynamic link and delete the curves and apply and close. Now you can see the guides or the hairs are all now being pulled back like this. Okay, I still got a lot of lines going down this way. Now I can try to fix them by going to the guide, right? I'm gonna use a place brush. If I can go there and take a look. Down there we have this place brush, and we can try to, let me turn off symmetry, or I can have symmetry. So the place brush should allow me to interpolate and place a little bit more here, and maybe one more here, and one more there, right? So they're all pulled back now. Okay, so I need a few more guides basically. And when that is done, I can go back and you can see that's the guide being created. I don't need to see the hair guide for now, so let me actually turn off that. It's gonna be here. Oops, not there, actually the visibility down there. So I can go ahead and focus on my bound here. On the bound, I'm gonna go grab the base and crank up the density. So maybe 5 or even 10. And the more I have, the better, or the more I will be able to cover. Okay. And let's see, I can drag that up a little bit more to fill in the entire space. And I'm gonna break up the shape a little bit more. Oh, one more thing. Kinda wanted them to be a little bit thinner, so 0.05 will be the thickness I'm gonna go for. And now it's time to add modifiers. I'm gonna try the noise here. Right. Noise will give me a huge amount of advantage to break up the shape here. So I'm gonna drag the magnitude up, make sure that you don't have this graph going down that much at the base. So that's all noising out of the places. Now of course frequency can be lower and the magnitude can be bigger, so we can make bigger changes. Alright. Let me also turn off the guide here. I don't really need to see them. Okay, now you can see we're getting something like a bound already. And we can keep adding, another noise. And this time we make smaller variations, right? So crank up the magnitudes. Okay. Alright, now we have the bound being put back. And let's see, maybe not that much, just a bit lower. Okay. Of course we have the guide, we can do some variations if we wanted to, like we can grab the guide, add modifiers and a sculpt modifier. Not on there actually, this guy. And then I can turn on the edits and I can really go ahead and sculpt it using those brushes, like maybe the comb brush. And then I can use freeze here first. Maybe I want to make some of the hair strands to go out just a little bit more. So I'm gonna freeze this guy, go comb, and then comb it out to make variations. Now this is gonna take a little time too to make, right? But basically the same idea as what we did earlier in the front part. Anyway, so that's gonna be the blocking of the basic of the hairs. I think. I'll freeze that. Maybe I can. I think this part is a little flat. Let me grab this guy. Go comb. Coming out. And then go freeze again. I'll freeze that. You know what I'm doing, so I don't think you need to see me doing this anymore. Just do maybe just 2 of those guys out, and that's it. Okay. I'm gonna disable that. Alright. So this is gonna be the how you convert the hair curves into the bound, the curves into bound hair curves, and then create this. And then in the next tutorial, we're going to talk about how we can make some more variations, because they're looking a little bit more flat than I wanted them to be. Oh, before we move on to that, maybe I can just show you like a few more things we can do here just to break it up more. Maybe noise wise, I can have a little bit more. Right, I can have clumping to also do a bit more too. I can tweak the shape of the clumping. You can start manipulating those procedural ways things now, and I think I can make it just a little bit more interesting by going to the hair and change the width to 0.03, so they're thinner, and I can go to the base and tell them to be twice as much, so I'm having more hair and smaller hairs. Basically that's going to be a little bit more organic. Now I will have some trouble sometimes like these. Now let's see if I can use my region map to fix that. So it's probably better to actually define the density at the first place so that you don't have to mess with those anymore. But yeah, let's see. So this one is probably growing on a white area, and that's why. So I'm gonna use the blue to draw on the base of it. Okay. And these guys is something I don't really want, so I'll go use my density brush. So here back to my hair base, use density brush, hold it down control and delete that, and delete this guy. It's probably coming from somewhere else. I wonder where does this guy come from? And that blue one I was cutting, did I have to fix that again? So just be aware that when you change the density, you have to deal with to deal with the changing, and you may have some hair pops out. And we'll do the same thing here. So I'm gonna cut this guy using freeze and cut. Either cut or use density to get rid of those. Density is cleaner when it comes to cleanness, and because you're basically deleting it instead of making it a very short hair. Alright, so I'm happy with that little change. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe do just one more modifier with noise. This new noise will help me to break this up more, so I'm gonna drag that up. Okay, cool. Oops, maybe that's too much on the back. If it's possible, you can maybe create those 2 hair systems separately, and that's gonna be maybe better. And you can use, of course, a texture to control that if you wanted to. You know, either way, I want to maybe just break this up more, right? Anyway, so that's gonna be it for this tutorial. In the next one, I'm gonna show you how we can add smaller clumps of hair so that it's not like all 3 or actually 4 big, very clearly divided portions, and that way we can make the hair look more organic. Okay, see you next time.